Hi everyone, my name is Simon Mishevich, and this is a totally different video actually from my other videos where it's normally a 3-minute video to 10-minute video and it's very fact-based or information-based. And this is very different from that. I want to talk to you about my own personal journey through life, and that part of that will be, of course, be tax planning, but I want to give more of a rounded opinion around life and tax. So hopefully this will be useful for you just to get some ideas, and feel free to drop in comments or questions as you watch this video. And I want to talk about moving from the United Kingdom to the US, to Spain, sorry. And I did think about Spain, and there is another video coming out later on about that subject, why I didn't move to the US. But I want to talk about why I moved from the UK to Spain. And the first thing is the whole life. Sunshine for me is so important. To be able to take a walk, go to the beach, know that there's going to be sunshine pretty much every day. I would say it's not every day, but it's certainly 330 days per year where it's not raining. That's a big deal for me personally. In the United Kingdom, I had enough of having to take an umbrella, having to take a rain mac, change of clothes, different footwear, because hey, you're going to be rained on and it's just going to make clothes stink. And I hated that. I know lots of people who don't mind it, but I was just one against all of that. I wanted sunshine. And I'm very aware as when you get older, that the warm climate also helps you not to get the aches and pains that you might do in the UK. So that's another good reason, really. Second reason for me moving from the UK to Spain is the food. There is great restaurants in both the United Kingdom and Spain, no doubt. But you don't need a second mortgage anymore for Spain. It is expensive, but it's not as expensive as the UK. Food generally is much better here in Spain. There's a great choice of vegetables and fruits. I am a vegetarian. Don't hold that against me, by the way. But even if you're a meat lover, boy, you're going to be surrounded by great choice in Spain because they are big meat eaters. But I, for one, do have a great choice of food. The quality of living, I mentioned about sunshine, but quality of living as well, is people do seem to be a lot more friendly here. And again, that could be a region specific thing. That could be just Andalusia. But people are, because of sunshine, I think people are just happier compared to the United Kingdom. And maybe not so bothered about the political issue. I mean, I'm really blasé about the political issues around Spain. Maybe if I was in the UK, maybe I wouldn't have been so bothered. But, hey, that's what it is. So from that perspective, people are generally a lot more chilled, relaxed. And that's just really is the whole point of quality of living in Spain. Cost of living is cheaper than the United Kingdom. Spain, you do not have to heat your house so much. Of course, you do need air conditioning, but there are ways to reduce the heat in your house and reduce the cost of doing that. Cost of living of buying stuff is a little bit, where I am, products and services are more expensive actually in Andalusia than they are in the UK. But generally, day-to-day living expenses, getting a coffee or whatever else, is actually cheaper in Spain than it is in the United Kingdom, especially in Andalusia. Other aspects really of Spain is taxation. Now, I'd love to say, hey, what I'm going to show you today just shows you what a genius I am. And that would be completely wrong. And such a lie, actually. So when it comes to taxation, this was just me falling on my backside, got lucky. Okay, but because of that, because now I know this extra benefit of living in Andalusia in Spain, and please note I just specified Andalusia in Spain because each region has a different tax rate for inheritance tax. So it's a big thing I want to talk about. Income tax. Now, I have a company in the US and UK. They both pay corporation tax in those countries, and there's no two issues about that. But what I didn't want to do is pay excessive income tax, and I felt it was really bad. The fact that I would have a company that pays 19% all the way to 25%, And then I've got this huge income tax charge as well. Once you get to a high rate tax band, you're paying 33.75%. Now, I didn't really want to be paying, getting onto 60% tax, but that's what you are likely to face in the United Kingdom. And for what? For the government to make sucky decisions? I don't think so. So I really was loathed to pay income tax in the UK, and I wanted to do something different anyway. So this is just a perfect opportunity. In Spain, I will pay top tax rate, in my band anyway, of 26% on those income tax on those dividends I take from the company. Again, corporation tax is corporation tax. I have people working in those countries and they do the job. That's where the company pays its tax. No issues with that. But me personally, I don't want to be paid 33.75%, and actually I landed on my backside, as I said, and in Spain I'll pay a top tax rate for my tax band of 26%, which is huge amount of savings. But the other savings is inheritance tax. And when I do a tax consultation with someone and people move in from the US to the UK, which is where I do most of my tax planning, one thing I always say to, and especially in Hong Kongers don't realize there's actually something called inheritance tax because they don't have it. So, you have to be thinking, well, where are people moving from to the United Kingdom and then having this huge inheritance tax? So if you have assets beyond £325,000, net assets, so gross assets, less any liabilities, whatever, you'll be charged 40% on anything above £325,000 as an individual. Now, I'm not going to do an inheritance tax roadshow here, but it's 40% tax basically. And in Andalusia in Spain, where I am, it is 1%, which is a 39% tax reduction compared to the UK, and that is on assets above €1 million. It's a significant reduction in inheritance tax. Now, Rishi Sunak and the Conservative parties was meant to have got scrapping the inheritance tax, but they didn't do it for whatever reason. So I don't know why they didn't do that, why they kept it going. But they decided, well, hey, we'll keep UK inheritance tax. And they say that, it's not going to scare away people, and especially with the domicile status as it is now, 4 years, and then you'll get hit with the domicile status. I think the UK are going to be in trouble, and I don't think they realise how much trouble until it's too late, which is typical of the UK government all around, isn't it? This is not meant to be an attack on Conservative parties or Labour or anyone, but it's just what I'm seeing in the country, which is quite worrying. But for my purpose, living in a warm climate, great food, great sightseeing opportunities, place to relax and chill out whilst working, and paying a lot less income tax, and definitely paying a lot less inheritance tax, is all the reasons really why I decided to move to Spain. So if you found this video useful, feel free to just say that, because it's the first video. I just want to know if it's worth me doing those in the future. Equally, if you have suggestions of topics you would like me to talk about, rather than just pure facts, but just give opinions and rounded what I'm seeing from other people, then I'm happy to share that as well. So yeah, there you go. My first video talking at camera, and hopefully giving you some insights of what I'm thinking and doing in life. So until next time, my name is Simon Mashevich. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.